Suspicions deepen in Mica Miller case, FBI raids pastor husband's home. In April 2022, the peaceful community of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina was rocked by the tragic death of 30-year-old Mica Miller. Mica, the wife of local pastor John Paul Miller, was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Lumber River State Park, just over the state border in North Carolina. Her cause of death was determined after a review of surveillance footage and an examination from the North Carolina medical examiner, as well as interviews. Her sudden and devastating passing sent shockwaves through her family, friends, and the congregants of Solid Rock Church, where her husband served as a minister. The case received national attention, with the couple's strained relationship being brought to the forefront. There has been much online chatter on TikTok about Mica because of a 911 call she made prior to her passing. Her death also came just days after she told a police officer that she was scared for her life, after she found a GPS tracker on her car and a razor blade on her tire. What happened to Mica Miller? On April 27, Mica was seen in footage leaving her home in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at 11:38 a.m. Eastern Time. Mica then went to Dick's pawn shop at 12:12 p.m. where she purchased a gun. Mica then made a 911 call at 2:54 p.m. and asked if a dispatcher was able to track her location. The dispatcher asked Mica to tell her what happened, to which Mica responded, "I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me," before hanging up. Unable to reach Mica following the end of the call, the dispatcher then contacted local authorities, who found Mica's black Honda Accord at the Lumber River State Park in Orem, North Carolina. Investigators located a Sig Sauer gun case in the passenger seat of the vehicle and a box of ammunition in the center console of the vehicle. Investigators also found a receipt for the Sig Sauer handgun from a pawn shop and a receipt from a convenience store in the vehicle. Both receipts were dated for the same day of Mica's death, April 27, 2024, according to a press release. While they were searching for Mica, police were approached by an individual who said they found a bag near the edge of the water, and said he heard crying and a gunshot while he was fishing. The bag had Mica's ID in it. Then, law enforcement received a call from someone who said they had found a body in the water. An officer went to the scene and called in the North Carolina medical examiner's office, who identified the victim as Mica. Police also found Mica's phone during the investigation, and saw that she had done a search for "National Parks Near Me," which showed a result for Lumber River State Park. Investigators confirmed that John Paul was not in North Carolina when his wife passed. Authorities also looked into the whereabouts of a woman he is allegedly romantically involved with. She was also not in North Carolina on the night before or on the day of Mica's death, the release states. Investigators learned through interviews that John Paul Miller was at an athletic event in Charleston on the day of Mica Miller's death. John Miller's vehicle was observed traveling on Highway 17 bypass, in Horry County at 2:22 p.m. on April 27, 2024, the office said in the media release. The investigation confirmed that John Miller was accompanied while traveling to and from the event in Charleston, South Carolina. Online conspiracies about Mica Miller's death spread. Despite police statements about Mica's cause of death, the case has bred lots of online conspiracies, even causing Solid Rock Church, where John Paul works, to receive much harassment. John Paul has since been released from his pastoral duties. TikTok users have also noticed a new account posting various videos of Mica, with every video on the account having at least more than 10,000 views. An account with the name #JusticeForMica, which is run by Sierra Francis, Mica's